Let's create together. I just wanted to make a really fun junk journal. And then I realized I'd better do it on camera for you. And so I wanted to show you what my template is going to be. This is my number 16. Yeah, my number 16 kit that I came out with for Valentine's Day. And it's a Bible study included. But I'm going to make the same type of junk journal. This time, this was using all of my papers from my digital kit. And so many people ask me, do you sell printed papers? And I don't. So I thought today I want to make another one of these really fun journals, but I'm going to show you how to use scrapbook paper. Okay, how to make the same kind of a template. Now this actually ends up being 2 pieces of 8.5 by 11 paper that you put together in a certain way. And that's what I'm going to show you how to do. So let me just walk you through real quick. What does this actually look like? And it's really fun to make. So you flip that open and you flip that open, and I used an envelope that I covered in here. And then here's where the Bible study notes went. Made a little tiny paper pad and then some more of the tags that came in the kit. You flip that again, open this again. So see how it's so many flips, which I love. And then I used a special fold that I'm going to show you how to do that to put in more spaces to actually put the Bible study into this kit. And then I also used a window junk mail envelope just to add another little piece. And you flip that open, and then there's 2 tags there. There's more tags here. So this is such a fun kit to make. Isn't it really pretty? And so as I said, let me show you how to do that from just using scrapbook paper. I went to Joann's this week because, of course, quote, they're going out of business. As it turns out, my store is not going out of business. And so my store was like half empty. It was weird. I talked to the lady. But I ended up getting 2 paper pads. I have not bought scrapbook paper in probably 10 years. So this is amazing that I did it. But I got 40% off because I wouldn't pay that full price. I create digital paper, so I don't really buy scrapbook paper. But I thought these were so pretty. This one is DC, I think it's DWCV. I don't know what that, I'm surprised they're still around. They've been around for forever. This one is called English Garden, okay? And it has 36 sheets of 12 by 12, and they are double-sided. So that's the benefit, and it's more of a cardstock. If you want to make any of my kits, you can use the Bible study for many of my kits, but if you only have scrapbook paper, because there's some women that just can't print, they don't have a printer. So I thought this was some pretty pages, right? And I loved these purple butterflies. And so what I've done is I've taken out 4 sheets from this kit, and I'm going to use those, okay? So that's the one kit that I got. Is very pretty. And then I picked up this vintage one too, because I thought that was pretty. That's some papers and things that I normally, well, I make some of this type of paper, but of course you can't make digital paper in a 12 by 12. So it's only 8.5 by 11. So getting it already double-sided was kind of fun. And as I said, I used my 40% off coupon to get these. So I think I only paid about $10 a piece for them. So let's set those aside. And I've already started cutting. So I think what I will do, I think you'll be able to see it. So what I've done for this, because it's like purples and some greens, I decided to sit here and make this with you. Normally what I do is I just make this off camera and I walk around my studio, and it might take me 3 or 4 hours, but that's okay. And I pick out all this fun stuff. Because I'm going to film it on camera, I went ahead and grabbed all the purple and green, pinks and stuff like that I have in my studio, so that I have it ready to go as I can sit here on camera. So my little dish, I pulled out a whole bunch of really fun things. Now I made this a long time ago. This came as a kit, and these clear plastic domes came in it. And so what you do is you put a piece of any kind of paper or design underneath, and then you attach, that. But I thought this might be, look how pretty that might be if it was hanging off of there. And then I pulled out some other stuff. Now I love this, but that doesn't really hang, right? That could be used somewhere else. And some buttons and bulb pins and all that kind of stuff. So at least it's here because I had to go through about 7 containers to get that. And then I pulled out a whole bunch of my fibers. Now, you've seen how I store my fibers on, I have a video about this, on foam core, and I cut them. Somebody asked me, how tall are they, Diane? Okay, these are like 11. Now, let me tell you about this. I did this 20 years ago. I had so many fibers and so many ribbons, and they were stuck in a drawer, or they were stuck in a bin, and I never saw them, and so they weren't inspiring. And I'm going to put a picture up in this. You'll see how my studio behind me, I have a whole row, a bookshelf. It's a Billy bookcase where I put all these. And so when I first made it, yes, it was a lot of work to take everything out of a skein or off of a, a little cardboard wrapper thing and put it all around. But the beauty is I get to see everything at one glance, and that really inspires me. So anyway, I've gone ahead and I've pulled out a whole bunch of things. I like this color because that's actually the same color as the paper. This I thought would work, but I think it's too purpley, so we're going to set that one aside. So I've got this light lavender, but I think this rose color is probably the best. And then I went through a whole bunch more cards, and I just cut off pieces of fibers that I thought would work with this. So they're all sitting here, and I got my baker's twine. I got some pink and some green out. I also just got this from Dollar Tree, the chenille. They have all the colors of chenille, and I think that actually might work. So I've got that stuff pulled out. The other thing that I'm going to do is I have the yellow kit that I just came out with yesterday, actually. I put some really fun vintage like cards in here, ATC cards. And so I reprinted them because I'm going to stick this in here because I think I'm going to turn this into kind of like an Easter themed thing. And this you haven't seen yet because I'm working on an Easter kit and I'm going to have lots of vintage things. That'll be out next week. And so I think I'm going to use some of these cards and stick them in. So I reprinted a whole bunch of, I said I reprinted this from a yellow kit, and then this is from my new Easter kit. See all these gorgeous vintage cards that I found and added to my kit. So there's some pretty pieces in here. That's from the yellow kit here. So we've got that stuff. So I pulled that out, so I might use that as tags in this kit. I also pulled out, I bought these, I'm sure from Temu. They are really, really nice. Look at them real close and see if you can find them if you're interested in them. They are double-sided. They each have 32 pieces, and they're vintage postcards with flowers. So I got a pink one, and then I got this purple one, okay? And super heavy paper. This must be like 110 cardstock, okay? And then it's the postcard on the back. Aren't they just gorgeous? So I bought these, and then I haven't really used them too much, but I thought, look how pretty that is. So we might use some of those. So I'm just showing you kind of, and I got a piece of this soft pink lace. So we'll see where it goes. Okay, let's get into, how do you make this, Diane? How do you make that kit? So all these are my little pieces because I've been cutting stuff up, and I think you'll understand what I did easily. Okay, what the first step that you want to do is pick 2 coordinating pieces. Let me get this set. Okay, you're going to pick 2 coordinating pieces of double-sided paper. It has to be double-sided paper. Now, if you only have single-sided paper, you could coffee dye the back. You could glue 2 pieces of paper together to make double-sided paper. That's how I made my number 16 kit. So let me take out all the little parts that I've been cutting up, and I'll get this together for you quickly. Okay, so you see the 2 prints that I have, right? Okay, see how they go? And I thought these would look really, really good. So the first thing that you do is you take a piece of 12 by 12 cardstock and cut it down to 8.5 by 11. Okay, that's the number 1 step. You do 2 of those. So you need 2 8.5 by 11 double-sided cardstock to make this. Then you're going to decide which is going to be my cover. Which side do I want to be my cover? And once you decide that, you're going to put this on your scoreboard. Let me get my little score thing out. And hold on, that's 2.5. Okay, what we're going to score first is you're going to score at 3.5, and I have that on the screen, and then you're going to score at 8.5. Okay, 3.5 and 8.5, which then leaves you this smaller side. Which, what's the size of it? Just so you'll know, because we're all working from the same size paper. So this ends up being 2.5. Okay. And then you go and do the same thing to the other piece. So now you've got these two pieces. Once you have them scored, this is the, quote, kind of tricky part until you just watch and then you'll know. So I want this to be my cover, okay? So this is going to be the top half of, hold on, let me just pull this out so that you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. Okay, so when I say the top, right, see how this, let me see, I can have it on here. I'm going to open it like that. Okay, so this is my top one. See that? So the small side that's 2.5 is over there. Okay, so this is my top one. And then this I want to be my second half. Okay, and what I decided to do was I'm going to put, let me see, did I do that? No, I want it this way. I got it this way. Got it the wrong way. Yeah, okay. Wait, is that it? See, I'm doing it again. Okay, that's what you would look at, which, yeah, I don't want to look at that way. So I do want it to look like this, okay? Because this is the first piece, like I said, right? And then this is what's underneath there, and then the back. And so that's okay. That's the way it looks. So this is when you play around. This is when I got confused when I first made this. And the link is here in the description because I watched some video a couple months ago and I saw somebody making it, and so I decided to make it, and I made my kit first. So anyway, that's what we're going to do. So the wider part is the first fold. That smaller fold goes in there. Here's the first piece. Now we're going to take the second piece, and we are going to use that smaller, because remember we scored them the exact same. We are going to line up this one, and we are going to attach it to the back of this. Now, what I want to do is I want to attach it only on the top and the bottom and right in the middle, because I want to have two pockets to lay tags on here. Okay, so that's our first step. So hopefully you're following with me and you're able to do this. And hopefully you already have some scrap paper, because basically I'm not telling you go buy scrap paper. I'm just telling you I actually went to Joann's this week, and that's the only thing that I found in the whole store that I even wanted. Like I said, my store was so kind of empty. Wasn't really a lot there. And I asked the lady when I was checking out, like, what, you're not closing? And she said, no, we're not closing. We're staying open, which is good because that's the only Joann's in my whole area. Okay. And she said, they cut back on hours. So she said, I have not had people here to unpack stuff. She said, so if you could see in the back of the store, she said, I have boxes to the ceiling, which is like 20-foot ceilings, right? And she said, maybe I'll get them out. But as we're going through them, I'm finding because I said, why do you have Christmas stuff out? She says, because we never got to unpack it at Christmas time, which is kind of sad, right? Okay, let me stop talking for a second and let me get these two lined up before I mess them up. There we go. Okay. Okay, so there's our first one, and we're attaching the second page to the back, remember, right there, right in the middle, and right there. Okay, look, it is joined together. So here is our little, what are we going to call this? Triple flip. I don't know. It's just going to be fun. Okay, so that was with the 8.5 by 11, two pieces. We've attached it. We are good to go. Now, the next step is I'm going to show you, we're going to prepare some of the pieces that are going to go in here. And of course, I'm going to use most of the leftovers that you cut off from the 12 by 12 paper. So actually, you know what? Hold on. I've got this stack sitting right here. I already know what I'm going to do with them. So, okay. This time I decided not to use an envelope. And the reason I decided not to use an envelope is because I had all this really pretty double-sided paper. And so I thought, you know what, let's just make something different. Plus, I don't need to make it exactly the same as what I made. So I cut a piece, this is left over. And again, I'm going to give you the measurements, but don't freak out about it. So it's 3 inches wide, and you can make it as long as you want. And I'm going to do that as a little flip up and put some papers or something. I'm going to use this as a little tuck spot right there. And then I took one of the leftover pieces from cutting, and I folded it not all the way over. I folded it over a little bit like that, and then I'm going to put that here. Because here's my thought process, is that we're going to do a tuck here. So there's a place to put a tag, and then tags on the top, and then tags under here. That's my thinking. So let's go ahead and add the whale tail to these so that I am ready to go. So I'm punching my thumb nail. Oh, what would help, Diane, if you know what, if I line these up, then I can line that one up to be kind of at the same spot. Okay. Yeah, I made that one deeper. And then we're going to do another one. Oh, okay, sorry about that. I'm going to do another one right there. Okay, so see what I did? So I think that is going to look cool. And then let's do a thumbnail on this one. Okay, so that's what we're looking at right now. I'm not going to glue them down. I'm just kind of showing you how I'm playing with the pieces of paper that are left over. Okay, so over here, what I did on that other one was I did this offset fold. And I'll show you how to do this in a second. I took another piece of paper. So that's the third piece. So that's 1, 2, and then here's the third piece. And then I folded it. And in 1 second, I'm going to go get the demo. I thought I had it in front of me, and I don't have it. So I will get that. Because I liked that. I wanted to add some more green into this. This is going to be the window envelope right there. And again, yours is going to be however tall your window is. So I am going to go ahead and cut that because we know that that's going to be like right there. So we're going to go ahead and cut that. You could always save these. I don't throw this away because this ends up being the perfect pocket, right? Okay, so we're going to use that. But of course, this is too wide, so that's okay. We are going to, let me see if I got a pencil. I'm going to mark it, and we're going to trim it about right there. So let me go trim that, and I'll get my demo to show you exactly how to make this. Trim the envelope, so that will be ready to go in there. I'm leaving the top closed and the bottom open so that I can slide a card in there like that. Now, let me show you how to make this. I'm going to unfold this real quick, and I think you'll see. Basically, you can start with a triangle, or listen to me. You can start with a rectangle, or you can start with a square. This is a rectangle. So this I cut, this must be 8.5 by 11 too. I think that's what I did. Yep, it's 8.5, and yes, it's 11. Okay, so I took an 8.5 by 11 piece of the double-sided, right? And what you do first is you pull this top all the way over, and you go over. So you're not lining it up. It's called an offset pocket, and that's the reason, okay? So I'm not going to, so I went over there. Then I turn it over, and now I've got those offsets like that. So you can, yours will look totally different than mine because it depends on how you fold it to make it, okay? And then you've got these pieces. Now you're going to fold this in, and again, how much do you want to see? So this is all about, it's offset for number one reason, but number two, it's because everybody's going to look totally different. So I put that one underneath. I could have done it the other way, right? I could have gone like that. So you can do this any way you want. I think that is the way I had it. So, okay, you can go like that. There we go. Okay, so you have a pocket here, a pocket here, a pocket here, and a pocket here, and a pocket in the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a 5-pocket offset. Okay, so that's how to make that. Okay, now this is already done, so we could actually put that in there. Okay, so why don't I go ahead and I'll show you how. So to keep all, oops, before I glue it, I need to edge it. And you know what? I think I'm going to do it with purple. So hold on, let me get my purple ink pad. I went over to my bin and I pulled out my distress products. Now, Lorraine, what's her name? Louisa Heinzel did a video the end of last year sometime, where she showed how she organized all of her distress products. Now, I've been collecting these for over 20 years. I have almost every ink color that he got. And then you would get all the different parts, right? So there was the distress stain and the re-inker, which I always bought. Then there was the spray, and then they don't even make these anymore. They had these, what did he call this? It was just weird. Anyway, you could put the ink on the back. Those, like I said, those are super old. And what I had done, which made me so confused, so it's just a little tip if you have a lot of these, is I had all my ink pads in one container. And I had my re-inkers in a separate container underneath my cupboard because I never really used them, right? I didn't use them to craft. And then I had all my sprays in another container. So knowing what I had was like impossible, number one. Number two, it really limited which one of the products that I actually used. So I went ahead and I bought these clear bags from Clear Bag, and it has nothing to do with the crafting industry. I found them because they were the perfect size. So they are, in case you want to get them, I will put the link in, 6.5 by 9. And they're pretty heavy duty and they have a zip. Now I never zip them up, but you could. Anyway, I went back through and I put all of the same color in a bag. And here's why this makes this so much easier. Because see now, and then I keep my little ink pad applicators on the back of every one of my pads. So as I'm sitting here, now I'm like, okay, I got 3 colors and I would not have been able to do this that quick. Which one looks like it would go together? I think that's too bright purple. I think that's too blue. I think we're going to go with Dusty Concord, but let's try it. So I put a piece of Velcro tape on the back and it just holds these little pads so that I always have a pad ready. Now let me get a, oh no, sorry. Here was not being prepared, knocking over my stuff. Okay, I have this one, so we're going to put that on there. We are going to try this. I'll set these aside because we're not going to use those. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to use them. And we'll put that there, and let me get a little piece of paper, and we'll see which one I like, if I like this one. Gosh, it's still, I don't know. You know what? It's too purple. It's too purple, and that's more like a rose. The tattered rose is it's so fine you wouldn't even see it. So I guess I'm not going to be using purple. Okay, let's put that back. I don't think that one even works. So that means I will be sticking with my favorite that I use all the time, which of course is Scorched Timber. So we're going to just stick with that. Now, if I went with the purple, I think that gives it a very different look. It becomes a little bit more like contemporary, I guess I would say. When you use these dark colors, the dark browns and stuff like that, you're basically making it look more vintage. So that's the purpose of having these darker inks if you like to make vintage style things, which of course I do. So let's get that there. Let's get this all edged. Is that edged correctly? No, got to do this side. So you got a little mini lesson today. You got the mini lesson of distress inks. So as I tell everybody, if you don't own any, you're just starting in junk journaling, you just need to get a black and you need to get like a brown. And a lot of people use vintage photo. I used to. But it's really orangey red, and I don't like that. I like the darker tone like this. Now, of course, look, I didn't edge that. I was so busy showing you how we were going to put that together that I didn't edge that part. So before I go further, let's edge my stuff. Because then I'll be happier and I won't I want to like make some kind of a divider so that you visually can see that there's two pockets. Now what I should have done, see, I should have, and there's no way I can get that in there. I should have put a thumb notch on both of those before I glued it. Well, that won't be happening now, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do it. Well, it's just going to have to be that way. Okay, of all the pieces that I have sitting here, here's all my little strips and stuff. Oh, maybe we take a piece of the green. That would tie this together. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so let's go ahead and trim that, and we'll use that somewhere else. So we'll put that on there. Okay, ink pad, let's go, get on there. Okay, yeah, I like that. So we're picking up more of the green on the background. Okay, I think we can go ahead and, hold on, let me think this through. So this is the first one that I ever did, and I love this. This is very much this is old Tim Holtz paper that you can't get anymore. Look how fun this one is. See that little pocket that I put on the front, and then I put all these little leftover pieces, and I put charms on them. Oh yeah, so it came out like so fun. And then you flip this open. I did another Tuscany with brads and little pieces. See, there's my little, that's why I'm not putting that one in, because I'm going to put some paper in there. Then there's the tag. This is the envelope like I did in the other one. And then I put, you know, tags in there, tags sticking there. And I use, that's for my cutting machine. When you flip it open, which is where we are right now. Oh, I just put a little piece on there instead of going all the way across. Okay, well, whatever. Oh, I see what I did. I cut a notch in that because I had already glued it down. So then there's two tags there. Here's the envelope. It's going to be like that. This flip, we're going to do another like thin belly band and put two tags there. And I'm going to put some of that fun stuff. So see how interactive this one is? Okay, so that gives me some more ideas. So this is the one we're making right now. Is the third one that I've made. So do I want to go all the way across? Might be fun. And what would we put on there? Okay, here's where, now this is what takes up so much time on camera when Diane's auditioning, thinking, and doing all that stuff. So, you know what? I want to get some stamps out. I'm forgetting that I didn't stamp my stuff. So let me get some stamps out. I went and pulled some stamps and found some stamps. Now, this I have linked in my Amazon shop. These are from Amazon. These are awesome. If you don't own a lot of stamps, this is a great set. I think they're $7 or $8 a piece. They're really great because they're all the fun old postage. And then this whole stack is all from Temu. And I found this one. Oh my gosh, I was like, I have to use this. It's a little butterfly, which we've got butterflies on here. And it says, "You are my sunshine." So I want to put that on there. And then I went stop because now I want to put some brads on there. So let me get some little brads out and see if we can make that work. This is why the videos end up being so long, because I end up, it's actually, in case you don't know, it's actually hard to be creative online. What I do, I'm aware of your time. Sometimes there are certain people I will sit for an hour and watch them, and then there's other people I just can't. And so I'm very cognizant of that, and I try to respect your time. And so what I've done in my style is that sometimes I will basically make the whole thing off camera, and then I turn on the camera to show you kind of what I've done. Yeah, I think that looks good. But should we put two more there? That would look much better. And so that way I can control the time that I'm spending on camera, that how long the video becomes. My pokey tool. Okay. Now this is, I have to put this bunny on there. That's from my new Easter kit, which it will come out. It's coming out next week. It's almost complete. And I don't know that people really understand what it takes to make a digital kit. It's a ton of work, okay? Because I'm online coming up with a theme and colors and designs and ephemera and all that kind of stuff. And so I make it online, and then I download it, right? And then I print it. And then I sit there and go, is that the right size? Does that work? And sometimes I have to adjust. And then I go to make something, and then I say, well, wait, I wanted this and that. Oh, I didn't put that in there. Now I have to add it. So that takes a lot of time. And the first time that I make something from a kit, you don't even see me do it. That's never a first. I've already made it, and now I'm going to record a video. Okay, so we wanted to put that little "You Are My Sunshine." So do I want it on there directly or a little piece? You know what? Let's stamp it on a little piece of leftover. I think that would work better. Okay, this is what happens. I end up with no space on my desk to work. Which one? I don't want the butterflies. Let's see. Let's get this piece. Okay, let's try that. Let's see if that works. Let's see if we like this. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, so let me, here, I'm going to tear it because I like tearing. Tearing adds movement. Okay, there. Okay, let's edge it. Oh, look, I could put it on top there. Yes, that looks really good. Okay, we'll layer it. That's what we're going to do. We're going to layer it on there. So see all this to just do this one little section. But it's okay because it's fun and it looks gorgeous. So for this, you're going to see parts of some of my kits. Oops, I just put that on there and I didn't put this on there first. I am dumb. Stop. You're going to see parts of my kit, but most of this is scrapbook paper. So, as I said, a lot of people have said to me they love my stuff, but they can't print. So I decided, well, I do make stuff from scrapbook paper kits. Okay, is that what I wanted? No, I think I want this over a little bit. I wanted it like over on the edge. So it went over those parts. Let's do that. There, that looks much better. Okay, let's do that. Yes, now that's much better. Yes. Of course, that's not straight, and who cares, right? And I can glue this whole thing on. Because remember, we left room for pockets. There's a top pocket and a bottom pocket. So that's why we're doing this in the middle. And then the other thing. So the other thing is, I said I wanted to do this kind of an Easter. And so I pull out a bunny. Okay, bunnies really, they are not part of Easter if you're Christian. They're the secular world's version. But they're so cute. So that's why this Easter kit that I made, you're going to see some faith-based stuff, and then you're going to see a whole bunch of whimsy, because I just decided I think they're cute, and I know the real reason for Easter, right? If you're a Christian, you do, and that reason is Jesus died on the cross for us to save us. So that's what we're really going to focus on. But I don't want to put Jesus on a cross in this cute little thing. So it's a dilemma when I'm making things and I want to add faith. I think Easter's the toughest topic for me from a junk journaling perspective, because like I said, it just seems weird. Now, if I wanted to do an all just a faith and not worrying about it being cute, then that would work. So let me know what you think. You know, do you want to have a junk journal for Easter where it's really telling the real story? That's what it should be called, the real story, right? Okay, let's put this aside. We're going to see how fun this is. We're getting there. And we're going to cover this. Okay, we are going to cover this. Again, with all these little pieces that we've got left. And so we know what that's our background. I want to put a little bit of green on there, but not to have it totally green. That's a nice big piece. Should we put some butterflies like that on there? If I put the green there, that's not going to really work. That won't work well. Let's see what else we have. Okay, well that would work. We could go like that. Okay, that would work. And then I want to add the green. Piece of the green. Oh, let's see. This piece actually. Oh, it's not long enough. I'm gonna have to cut it if I use that. You know what? We're just gonna collage. We are gonna collage and have fun. We're gonna just be free to do what we do. Okay, we'll put that on there. I don't want it that far down. Now, if you notice, as I cover my envelopes, everybody does them differently. I am a glue first and trim second. I do not cut the perfect piece because I have been burned too many times where I cut it and then I went to glue it and it was the wrong size and I didn't have enough left of the paper. So I try not to do it that way. This is my version, which I like better. And of course, did I edge it? No. Gosh, Diane, stop. See, when I start talking, I forget what I'm doing. Okay, now let's put this green. So I will edge this before we put it on there. And we're just going to put a little sliver just like that. Okay, so let's put some glue. And we'll go all the way to the bottom. And then we'll trim it off. Make sure that's as straight as I can make it. Okay. So this will be a long video, I just realized, even if I stopped talking and sped things up. When you're trying to make a whole junk journal in one video, maybe the thing I should do is break it up, make 2 videos. That's just so much work. Just talked myself out of that idea, didn't I? So what's your opinion? Tell me that, please. What is your opinion? Are you okay with longer videos so that you can see the whole thing that somebody's making? Or would you rather, you know, they speed through things? I like that. That would look good. Look, pulls the colors in. Or should we put a totally different design on it? Maybe that looks better. Let's do that. I think that one looks better. Oh, dang, remember. Edge it first. So yeah, let me know. Are you okay with watching a video so that you can see how to totally complete something? Or this is my question. Or would you rather I did shorter sections and probably, you know, double timed it, double up the fast forward it? You know, for me personally, if it's something that I already know how to do and I'm just watching somebody else's take on it, I go forward, I fast forward. If it's something that I've never seen before, then I'm going to watch it at regular speed. What about you? Is that what you do? Do you do that? Okay, we need one more little piece. Yeah, let's put that right there. This one I'm going to have to trim because I won't be able to trim it once I put it down. So first, let's put the dark. Let's match it up there and we'll trim it right there. Just trim a little tiny piece and then we'll glue that. I love using envelopes. Well, you know, most of my videos, my whole Faith Windows line has window envelopes in them. And then I love file folders. Those are my 2 passions. I just love using file folders. But you don't need a file folder when you use, you know, cardstock. Okay, so there is our envelope, and this is going to be glued down. And I just realized this is so not straight. Now watch, I'll probably make it worse, because I cut it by hand before, and I didn't make it straight. I should have used my trimmer. Okay, so that will go there, and then we'll figure out what do I want to show in here. That's the next couple things that I did off camera. Number one, when I trimmed that, I took away the pocket. So then it was open, and I went, well, wait, I might as well go ahead and line it so that, and I'm going to seal it back up. So I went ahead and got a piece of music paper, and this is from a hymnal. And of course, it's from Easter time, a hymn from Easter. So I went ahead and put that on there. We're going to close it back up. Then I decided I do want to use this card as my card in here. And I like that it says carte postale, and you can read it. So I'm going to trim the edge of this, and then I cut out a tab, and we're going to add the tab on there. Then for my new Easter kit, I pulled out one of my stamps that are included in the kit, and I thought that would look really cute there. We're probably going to have to line it with something. And to make it look like a real stamp, I got this set of scissors. Now, do you see how it's like a scalloped? Can you see that? Okay. That actually makes like a postage stamp. I got these off of Amazon. So I think they came 3 in a pack type of a thing. Okay, so we need to put some, you know what we need? We need like a piece of ribbon or some fluffies or something. That's what shall we put on here? Maybe just some like writing stuff. Okay, we can put that. Now, as I said, let's get these Easter images out. I don't think I want another card right there. We used the stamp. So there's a page of, here it is. There's some more stamps. They're going to come in this kit. So that bunny is a small piece. Oh, I've got the girls say Happy Easter, Easter, Easter. Or we could put the cross one, or the He is risen. Okay, this is when I wish you were here. And you could say, Diane, no, do that. I think I'm going to put this on here. I'm in the mood for another stamp. I like the stamp backgrounds because, as I said, they add a lot of interest. Put this one back, Diane, or you won't find it again. They add a lot of interest to kind of flat paper, scrapbook paper stuff, right? Let's see, how does this go? Yeah, all that dark is in the corner. Okay, let's put that on there. Yes, just a little bit of something. That's all we needed right there. That works well. Now, the other thing you can do, once you get some, like, some of these types of postal or what's the other thing that you call this? I don't know. Anyway, you can sit and take a piece of white cardstock, beige cardstock, printed cardstock, doesn't really matter, right? Stamp all this stuff all over a big piece of paper. In fact, I should make a video and show you that. And then trim them out. So you don't have to buy digital ephemera. You can make your own, but you have to buy the stamps. So it's up to you. Do you want to buy stamps, which you can reuse over and over and over again? You can buy digital, which you can reuse over and over and over again. So either way, it's a way to add a lot of ways to make ephemera for yourself. I feel like I want something else right here. Oh, I wish this was, instead of a 6, I wish this was a 3, right? 3 days he arose from the dead. Ooh, you know what? I have number stamps. Maybe I'll go get that. So I had to go into my stash to find some big numbers. I don't have them sitting out. I don't use them that often. And of course, these are over 20 years old. So I've got this tall 3, and then I've got this like shorter fat. I think the shorter fat fits on there better. So let's do that. So these are ancient, as I said, old foam stamps. And you have to really put the ink on there to get them in there, get them juicy enough to even make a mark. And then if they don't work, I usually take a marker and here, we'll stamp it on here and see how it looks. And then just fill it in. Oh, that looks good. Yeah, that works good. Okay, so there's enough ink on my pad to ink up a foam stamp. Okay, yes, I'm happy I pulled this out. 3 for 3 days and 3 nights, right? So there, see, there's a subtle way of adding faith, because we know that he was killed and then he arose on the 3rd day. Okay, so there's another way. Now, you're not seeing anything because those are going to be tags, which I'm not ready to make right now. Let's see what else. Okay, I love this. I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this. And our little pull out, that works well. Okay, let's go back over to here. And what are we going to put here? So let me get my examples back so I can get inspired of what I've already done. Oh, see, this came in my kit. I use WordFetti in the kit. So look, see, I put all the words for the Bible study in there. That looks really good, doesn't it? Maybe I'll have to add some more stuff on there. Okay, and on that one, I used a tag from there, and then there's the little thing. So that works good. So what did we do on this part, Diane? Okay, so I made a small pocket there with some tall tabs. I love that. I want to do that. Then over here we have that, and then we made the little, oh, look how cute I made that. Even though I made it, right? Oh, yes. See, when you add all that fancy stuff, even though the paper has a lot of stuff going on, but just look how pretty it looks like that. Okay, so that's what I did on that one. What did I do on the other one that I made? See, that way I get inspired. Let's see, what do we do on this one? Okay, yeah, I made the same thing. So that works, and I like that. And yes, I made the little pad. So let's make the pad. And then I think we'll be ready to make the tags. So, and then we got to do the front and the back. Okay, let's get over there. They go over there. So we've got that set. This goes in here like that. And then this is going to be here. So we're going to do this piece. So let's put a contrasting piece there. I have no room here because I got 5 pairs of scissors sitting there. We want to do it from that. Yeah, that's a good one. Or we didn't even bring the green in. We could do the green because it's already purple. Yeah, let's add green on this side. Okay, so I'm just going to make a pocket, a skinny pocket. So let's go ahead and trim that. So we'll just make it straight. That'll be easy. Actually be wide enough if I just trim this. Don't waste the piece of paper, Diane. I'm gonna cut it a little bit wider than I need because I wanted to show you something. So if you're just gonna put one tag into a pocket. You don't really need to have some flexing of it, but if you want to add a couple things, that's when you do the folds, okay? So that's why I always cut it wider first and then decide if that's what I'm going to do or not. And I don't think that, I'm just going to put some pieces. So I don't think I really need it to be, oh my God, a gusset. Oh, I knew I would get it yet. I don't really think I need a gusset. So let's go back and trim that back down then. Yeah, let's just trim that off. Trim that off. There we go. And I like that it's tall and skinny because we've got this wide here, right? So we're going to go opposite that. Let's put it about right there. Okay. So now we have a couple choices. So I could just do a thumb notch. I could use my decorative scissors. Right? Do I like the decorative scissors? These are just like you tore it. Yeah, you don't really even notice it. I guess. Okay. Well, I tried. Let's see. Let's put that about right there. But what are we going to put on it before we put it down? Okay, before we put it down, let's decide if we're going to use some of the Easter kit stuff to decorate it. Oh, they're all too wide. So those are ATC cards. They are too wide. What's from the yellow kit? What do I have? And none of those are really what I think we're looking for. So I think what I'm just going to do then is I'm going to stamp on this. And I think we should add some brads like we did on the other side. So let's grab some brads out of my container. Okay, we'll get 4 brads. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, 4 brads there. And we will go ahead and use the pokey tool and get our brads in there. So when you add metal, okay, brads and grommets and like dangly things, bulb pins, that metal just gives it such a wonderful interest, right? It's all these little things that your eye is drawn all over your page. And that's what makes good composition. So a lot of people, when they first start, they're like, I have no idea where to put stuff. And so I think what you have to do is, this is what I've been teaching people for over 20 years. Find somebody who's pretty good and you like. And you know what? Then I want you to go and duplicate, make exactly what they made. The reason is, as you are copying good composition, those ideas get into your brain without somebody speaking a word. You're just doing it, right? And now you have good composition, and so you just train yourself. Now what happens for me is I don't always add all this extra stuff. So I've noticed that when I watch other crafters and I go, oh, I love that. And then I stop and go, well, why do you like it, Diane? And I realized, well, look, they added all that fun stuff. A woman who does that very, very well is Marguerite from 7 Plaza. If you don't follow her, I would highly encourage that you do. Because she had so many layers, and it's really called layers. She had so many layers of stuff, and I think, I would never have done all that. But of course, when I look at her stuff, I'm immediately drawn to it, and I say, oh, I love that. It's just so gorgeous. And the reason it's gorgeous to our eye is because she's created lots of places of interest on her work. And it's that interest that draws your eye as it goes around the page. And that's what makes something pleasing and interesting, right? So just some little teaching that I'm trying to share with you. Okay, that looks good, and now it needs a stamp. What if we just put that big one? Yes. Let's just do that large number, and we'll put that right on there. Of course, hopefully it's going to work because I just put the brads on there. I probably should have stamped it first, but it'll work whatever. Here, we're going to put it to the side. There we go. Yes. See, you see why I love these sets of numbers? They just add this interest. Sometimes they can mean something. They don't even have to mean anything, right? I love that number. Okay, that's looking good. Now, let's pick out some little pieces that are left over, and we're going to make some little slide throughs here. Okay, so that one is cut part of it. So we'll use that. That'll be one. We're going to use a piece of this. So let's cut this to be taller. Okay, there's two. And the other trick is you want to have odd numbers. So it's 1 or 3. 2, yeah, something 2 just doesn't work. Okay, I've got glue on there. Let's add, well, that won't work, Diane, because it's the exact same one. Okay, here we go. The big butterflies. Let's put a piece of the big butterfly in there. Oh, Diane, you know what? If I don't do this, then I end up making it totally the wrong size. And then I have to trim it all over the place. So, I'm making this one nice and tall. There we go. So we're going to add doodads and stuff on them. Doodads, that sounds so funny. We're going to add charms, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, let's work on our little book. Okay, I've got to Okay, I've done a couple more things off camera. So I cut another one of my stamps out of my new Easter kit, and I'm going to put that little bit of fluffy pink underneath it, I think. That's my plan. I think that's going to go well. There we go. So just putting thread or fibers underneath a piece, look at how it just sets it off but doesn't overtake it, right? And that's the whole goal. So there, we've got another little bunny right there. Let's make sure we got enough glue under this, Diane. Yeah, get back there. There we go. Okay, and then on my little notepad, I pulled this out of my Easter kit. I think that goes gorgeous on there. And then I pulled some of my heart. So let's add that. And then I'll show you how I'm going to finish the inside. It's just like a little, mini notepad in there. So this I'm setting on there centered. And then we're going to add the hearts on top. The heart stuff is from Dollar Tree. So they just had this for Valentine's Day. Sometimes they get some at Easter. Whenever it comes out, I always just pick up another roll because I use it year round. I mean, hearts, yeah. Why wouldn't I use hearts year round, right? Okay, that looks good. And then we're going to open it up. And then there's my little pieces of my little paper. And you can do this a couple ways. I could just staple that and put a piece of paper to cover up the staples, or I could use washi tape. So I've got that green, and then I found this washi tape, and then I've got this washi tape. So I think I like this one better. So let's go ahead. We're going to staple my little notepad in there, and then that'll be done. So we have to staple from the sides to hold it in. This will come in a little bit. There we go. Okay. And then what I do is I just put a strip, like I said, of paper or of washi tape. Now that will be if I can use this washi tape. My girls who come on Wednesday, we were pulling some stuff out the other day. And she's like, I love this washi tape, but look, it's dead. Did you know washi tape dies? It actually does. Because when it's 10, 15 years old, yeah, it does. When washi tape first came out, I bought tons of it. And of course, I didn't use it all. So what happens is it dries out and it sticks to itself. So it looks like you might have a lot, but you can't get any of it off. So it's really a throwaway. So there's that. Okay, do I want to put any stamps on there? I might put something on there, but we'll go ahead and glue this. This is all ready to go now. So we're going to glue the whole back. Isn't this fun? Thank you for your time spending with me. I so appreciate it. As I say most of the times, hopefully, if you're brand new, this is my ministry. God has called me to share the good news, to share his word. And I do that through my YouTube channel. Because I love to junk journal, but I don't want to just sit here and make a junk journal and then have it be empty. And then, okay, what was that all about? What was that all about was I could have been spending time with God. And that's what I teach people and try to share that thought process, that let's figure out how to bring God in to everything. And how I do that in my junk journaling is by adding Bible studies or using symbols of the faith. But I'm still being reminded, as we just added the number 3, right? Well, that's all about Easter. Yeah, see, it just needed a little thing. Now we got to stamp some stuff on here. What are we going to put on there? Oh, that fun ticket. So these work really well on cardstock already. Or as I said, you can make your own pieces of ephemera by stamping stuff on cardstock. Okay, you just did it again, Diane. Where'd you take that from? Get back up. And of course, when you watch me, you're like, Diana was right there. Oh my gosh, really? What did I just do? Okay, well, I will find it. Oh, it's right on here. It's on the same one I'm using. Duh. Okay, well, let's go ahead and do that. So I'm aware that a lot of people have issues with Temu. I get that. I don't order off of their app ever. I only use their .com. And I have had no problems. The other issue that, because people say, oh, they steal all your stuff. Well, I'm sorry. Everybody knows who I am all over the internet, and they know who you are. Like, we can't really hide ourselves unless you do nothing on the internet, which would be impossible for me. Anyway, I try to buy things. Now, I can't tell you, in my mind, I've never seen a United States, U.S. artist create this kit, okay? Maybe somebody did, because that's what a lot of artists say, well, you know, they steal our designs. I get that. When I see something on there that clearly I know was like Tim Holtz or it was another artist that I recognize, I'm not going to buy it from Temu. I wouldn't do that because I know they stole it. I mean, I know that. I'm aware of that. But like this stuff, these are like background things. I don't think anybody designed that and that then they stole it. But maybe I'm naive and you can disagree with me. That's, you know, to each his own opinion on what you want to do. The trick is I have a ton of stamps, as I've said to you all, because I've been collecting them for a very long time. But I never collected, I don't know that they were really around, to be honest. I never got any of these kind of number stamps. I never saw them. Now, if somebody was making them and I didn't buy them, then that could be true. It's just that I didn't have any of these. I have a lot of, I have a lot of Tim Holtz. I have Dina Wakley stamps. I have Diane Reevely stamps. I got everybody's stamps. As I've said to you over and over, I have a huge art studio and I've been doing this for more than 20 years. So I got a lot of people's stuff. But I don't remember that they just made these. So, okay, that's looking really good. I'm happy with all of that. Okay, so what did we do on this piece, Diane? Okay, on the green one, I just put a piece of trim. What did I do on this one? I didn't do, oh, I just put lace on there. I don't want to put lace on this one. So you see this. Let's go back and fold this back up. You do see it. The question is, do I want to call attention to it? Not sure I really want to. And what I want to put on the front is like what I did on both of them. I put a pocket, and that's where I put my ribbon. See, the ribbon goes underneath that along the back, and then the pocket holds it down. And then you tie it on the side. I did the same thing. Oh gosh, all the parts are falling off. I did the same thing with this one. So see, I tied it with that, and I put a piece. So let's do that next. Let's figure out what ribbon am I going to use that coordinates. I am back, and I am very, very happy. I'm excited. I'm happy. This just came out gorgeous. I hope that you will craft along with me, which is how I started this whole video, just to say, like, look, you can use your own scrapbook paper and stuff like that and make this really fun journal. So here is how it turned out. And I put, this is from my new Easter kit on the back, and I put the little beads on the ribbon. And so I'm kind of into making these tall pockets, right? Making tall pieces of like ephemera sticks, I guess is what I would call it. So I stamped hope on that one. I put the Jesus thing in there, and I got these really fun charms from Temu. I got a Holy Bible and then a heart. And then the other one, I stamped faith, and this says, I love Jesus. I got that set of charms from Temu also. So that's the cover, and as you can see, what I ended up, it's so hard to get stuff back in when I'm on camera. Okay, let's just set that there. What I did was, I showed you these really fun postcards, that little books that I got from Temu also. And I put that on there, added 4 brad in each corner, but it looked just kind of plain. So I took some of the green and just backed it, and I think it gives it, it sets it off a little bit better. Okay, so let's untie the ribbon, and we'll open it this way. And then, okay, so look on here. This is some, pretty sure those are Tim Holtz dies that I cut. I sat one day and cut a whole bunch of black flowers out so that I just have them, because it's a lot of time to go do one set, which I would never just do. So I have them in an envelope, and it makes it really easy. So I thought that looks really pretty there. And then another 2 tall ephemera sticks. One says love with this fun button on it. And then I added the compass because Jesus is our direction, right? And then in here, this is some ephemera from my kits. This one is from, I'm going to forget, Ultimate Ephemera Kit. This is the Living Faith kit, because these Bible verses are already printed. I made them on little tags. So all you got to do is print out a page and cut them up, and then you have great Bible verses to readily, quickly add. Then I added 2 more of the really fun pictures of Easter things, the Easter bunny. So this is a combination of whimsy and faith, okay? But I'm happy with it. I think it turned out great. And then over here, I have a stamp that says "Have faith," and then we added our little journaling note thing there. So then you flip that, and we flip all the way over here. And look how pretty this came out. I just love this. These are vintage. They're called cabinet cards, and I got them off of the public domain. And that's what I put in my new Easter kit. So just adding a little piece so that it kind of sets there by itself. Open that back up. Some of this you saw. And then I cut 2 tags to fit in here. And if you don't have this punch, this is actually a really good punch. This is a 2.5, 2, and 1.5. And so if you cut a piece of paper that width, right, this is the 3.5, and push it in there, look at the pretty topper that it cuts out for you. I mean, it's great. And so it's a really quick way to make a really pretty tag. And then this one, I put Jeremiah 33:3. These are stamps. Call to me, and I will answer you and show you great and mighty things which you do not know. So that's a verse there. And then in the middle, I made another tall piece of ephemera, and I stamped faith on it. So that goes in there. Now again, hopefully I can get these all back in as I'm talking to you. And then I took a piece of the butterfly paper and made a big tag, rounded the corners, and I added another piece of the Easter ephemera kit with the little birdies and stuff like that. I just love these vintage cabinet cards. They're so cool. And here's another small tag like that. And this one is Psalm 63, 3-4. And it says, because your loving kindness is better than life, my lips shall praise you. Thus, I will bless you while I live. I will lift up my hands in your name. Now, I got probably 40 acrylic stamps with Bible verses on them, over 10 years ago, because I got them back in Virginia, and I've been here 11. So there was a company, they don't exist anymore, so sorry, you can't go get them. But every one they had, I bought, because that's just so easy to stamp it on anything. Now, like I said, you can always go to, let's see, was Sweet and Sassy, and now it's Creative Worship. She has Bible verse stamps, so you can get those online if you're looking to buy some. And then this one says, praise the Lord. And so we put that one in there, and that, and that. I think I just showed you everything that's on there. And then we have our little slide out piece. And that's from these postcards, and we just put a back on it, and there's a postcard on there. So you could write some more things on there if you wanted to. And then of course all the fun, fibers and stuff like that. But didn't that just come out great? So what should you learn from this video? What you learned is how to make this really fun, like double fold out from scrapbook paper. You don't need my digital kit, okay? And hopefully you've learned that. The other thing that I hope you have learned is you can take regular scrapbook paper from any company and make something really pretty. How do you make it a piece of Faithart? You just add faith. So if you don't have stamps, okay, the colossal ephemera kit that I've created, if you can print that out. There's 311 pieces of faith in that kit. The Living Faith kit. I think I have 5 ephemera kits. So if you don't buy any other digitals, get a couple of those kits, because a lot of that you can see I've just plugged into this journal. So you can make something from scrapbook paper. You can make it a piece of Faithart. Just add faith. You could write out Bible verses if you like your handwriting. You can do whatever you want to do. So, as always, I hope that you will like this video, and because I would ask that you would share it. The reason I ask you to share is because that's your opportunity to share the good news of Jesus Christ. And when you share this video and just say to a friend, hey, look at this, look what she made. It's called Faithart. And that's just a way to share the good news. And I hope that you are subscribed to my channel so that every time I upload a new video, which is quite a few times during the week, you will be notified and can come on and have fun with me, spending time in God's Word while we are creating beautiful, wonderful junk journals.